Hello again! This is chapter 4 of my lore. This one is quite long, so if you haven't heard the others, make sure to watch them first. If you have, let's go! Chapter 4: The Bunny and the Crow. The entrance of the camp reeked from battle. The eager Benoy and her new companions rushed to the camp leader to sign up for the expedition into the dungeon. With a discouraged look on his face, the camp leader explained that they need 8 party members to sign in for the expedition. With a worried look, Klau turned to Relentless with sorrowful eyes. "What are we going to do?" Klau cried. "Well, I guess we need 2 more members, right?" The group turned back after hearing the voice coming from behind their caravan. It was none other than Neki! The blade dancer introduced himself to the new companions while reuniting with the excited Benoy and his old friend. "But where can we find another member?" said Klau with eagerness. "Well, maybe I can join you guys," said a hooded man standing next to the camp leader. "And who are you?" said Klau hesitantly. "You can call me Crow. I just got here as well, and it seems like I need party members," said Crow while taking the hood off, revealing his dark hair. "Okay, I hope you are good," said Klau, trying to sound intimidating in front of the new party member. "You can say I'm pretty good," Crow said while smirking and seeing through her act. After forming their party, the camp leader gathered all of the parties to brief them on the upcoming expedition. The dungeon was a nest made by a wish-granting celestial dragon and its cosmic power. "Make sure you stick to your group members. It is easy to get lost in your thoughts due to the heavy magical aura in this area, so you'll need your friends close to you to help you shake that off," the camp leader shouted. Not many hours have passed, and our group of adventurers found themselves at the doorsteps of the dungeon. Klau and her companions could only stare in awe. Suddenly, Crow stepped forward and touched the door, looking back at the group. "You guys ready?" Crow asked in a calm and reassuring tone. "Let's do it," said Klau, hesitating. Crow slowly pushed the doors open. A stench of foul magic creeped from the door as he did. After a couple of steps into the dungeon, Klau started to hear a familiar voice calling her. It was her father, asking her why she came to such place. "Did you hear that?" Klau asked the group members with fear in her eyes. None of her companions heard the voice calling the fearful Benoy. As the party kept going, Klau's attention diverted more and more towards the mysterious voice. Before she noticed, none of her companions were around her. Starting to panic, Klau looked for a way out. As she kept panicking, the area got darker and darker. With tears in her eyes, Klau collapsed to the ground. Breathing heavily and not being able to think, a feeling of dread and hopelessness engulfed her. Amid the engulfing darkness, the Benoy heard a faint voice again. The voice slowly got stronger and stronger to the point it pierced the darkness that creeped on. It was Crow's voice, calling to the queen. When Klau opened her eyes, she was in Crow's hands. She looked up and saw his face all bruised as the giant, deformed dragon's face crept behind him. The bloody Crow stood up and turned his back to the Benoy, pulling his sword to challenge the mighty dragon. "Take everyone and run. I'll keep it distracted. You got that?" said Crow in a deep and serious voice. Noticing her group members on the floor and injured, Klau's eyes started to fill up with fear. "I can't. And what about you? You will Crow shouted, stopping her from finishing the sentence. "Do it! We won't let anyone end their life here!" Crow's words snapped Klau back. "Anyone?" Klau said as she took a stance right next to Crow. "What are you?" Crow tried to ask, but he was interrupted the second he opened his mouth. "That includes you, right? I won't let you take this on alone," said Klau, pulling her sword. Crow grabbed the Benoy's hand and pointed the sword at the roaring dragon. "You're amazing, you know that," said Crow. Klau could feel Crow's intense emotions and unintentionally started absorbing them into her, empowering her. Suddenly, Klau's eyes began to glow, her broken eye fusing back together, and her sword started to shine and grow slowly. Without hesitation, Klau pulled her giant sword down, cutting the dragon into two, ending the dragon's life. Drained of energy, Klau collapsed into Crow's arms, losing consciousness. When the Mloy woke up, they were back at the camp. As she came out of the tent, she could see the camp celebrating and cheering her on. Crow, sitting next to her tent, guarding her even though still injured, hugs her and tells her how great she was, defeating the dragon. Blushing, Klau thanks Crow, but also noticing his injuries. "Your wing." "It is gone," Klau said. "Yeah, lucky me, I have two, right?" Crow said, trying to lighten up the mood. "Baka, you did not have to defend me, now you cannot fly," Klau replied with tearful eyes. Crow looked into the Benoit's eyes and gave her a warm smile. "You are right, but I wanted to. I'll be alright." Crow hugged Klau tighter as he finished his sentence. After the celebration and after resting for a bit, the party members decided to keep adventuring with Klau and make their way to Nyanser. Klau told them her story and her plan to confront the evil king. After hearing her painful tale, her friends decided to help Klau with her goal and take down the king. With more companions and friends, Klau set off to the city of Nyanser.